Okay, hi guys. Welcome back to Short Story Long, episode 4. I'm pretty sure 4. Um, how's it been? How's the week been? I hope it's good. Mine has been relatively uneventful. Like, I have no thoughts about this week. Like, I don't really remember anything that happened. I have thoughts about other things, which is kind of what's going on here. But I have no thoughts of, like, the week. So my highs and lows are going to be quite, like, bleak. But I'm hoping that it's good. I also want to start the episode off, like, right at the top of the episode saying that next week and the week after I'm not going to have an episode because, and potentially a third week, honestly, but definitely the next 2 are not going to happen because I am either going to be working or on vacation in various orders that I will not disclose. But for that reason, I'm not pre-recording 2 episodes. I don't really care, to be honest. Sorry, but that's pretty much the vibe. So all of my stuff that I want to talk about is stuff that I want to kind of cram in before the 2-week period is over. Okay, so first, I guess I'll start with my highs and lows of the week. My high, shopping. I went shopping for my trip because I'm going on vacation, and I had to buy clothes. I had to buy gifts for all the people that I'm visiting. I had to buy a bunch of stuff, and it was genuinely peak. Okay, so gift day happened on Tuesday. I bought all my gifts and stuff on Tuesday with my friend. I went to the store with my friend, and I was like, you need to help me buy gifts for people, and he's like, I don't know these people. And I'm like, I don't care. I just need someone to come with me so I don't go crazy. So I bought a bunch of gifts. They're in like a basket right here, but I think they're peak. I'm really excited for them. There's a couple that like I'm literally like giggling thinking about, like conceptually, like I'm really excited about them. And my low is not something that happened this week, but it's a prophecy that is going to fulfill itself because it does every year. But I work at a theme park, and the 4th of July is coming up. I'm also American, so the 4th of July on a theme park in the States is like the scariest thing I've ever heard of in my life. So I literally have in my notes as the low called the impending day of doom, which it is. Okay, it always goes catastrophically wrong. Ever since I started working, I've not had like a good 4th of July. Always something goes horribly wrong, whether like it's like an interpersonal relationship or just like I'm there till like 1 a.m. Like something goes wrong every time catastrophically. I'm not excited in the slightest. So the impending day of doom is among us. And I also text my boss being like, hey, I really need to open on the 5th because #vacation. And he was like, and I'm like, even if that means I have to close on the 4th, like, I don't really care. I just need to do something. Like, I need to open on the 5th. And scary. Closing on the 4th is terrifying. It's like one of the scariest things ever. I'm really scared. But now that I've volunteered to do it, I know I'm going to have to do it. So get excited, everyone. Everyone get excited. I'm scared. Anyways, that's that for the top of the episode. I guess I might have a 4th of July story. It might also be too much info that I can't even talk about them, so I might not have a 4th of July story, but I'll come back. When I come back, I'll tell you whether it went well or whether it went horrible. That's the vibe. That's it. Also, I booked a haircut because my hair is getting way too long. Like, I typically like to keep my hair, like, to here-ish. And it's way too long right now. It's, like, really far down, and I can't really do anything with it. Like, I don't want to cut it too short because in the summer I like to clip it in my head, but I can't really clip it if my hair is too short. So I need to, like, I'm thinking, like, cutting this off. And then it, like, sits like that. That also feels like too long. Maybe, like, you know, we'll see. I also need to trim my bangs again, make them even, because I've been trimming them myself for the past couple of times I've trimmed them, and they're very obviously not symmetrical or even. So that needs to get fixed. I just need a couple things to happen before I go on vacay. Anyways, that's the vibes. So that's everything that I have at the top. I have some topics. I have some interesting topics to talk about. The first one I want to mention, also these are in no particular order. They're kind of just in the order that I thought to write them down. So some of these are going to get serious, but for now, whatever. The first I have is playing guitar is really hard, okay? I bought a guitar off of Facebook Marketplace for, I want to say, like $70, which isn't bad, and it's a pretty good conditioned guitar. Like, it's not, like, in bad shape or anything. I had to tune it myself, like, whatever. That's easy, though. And I've never played guitar before. I've played the ukulele, I've played piano, I've played trumpet, I've played many an instrument, okay? So I understand the concept of notes and, like, how to play music, how to read music, like, I'm gonna be okay in that term. And I understand how to read, like, strumming patterns and how to, like, whatever. Okay, that's besides the point. But physically playing the guitar is really difficult. Like, I feel like my hand is not big enough to be making shapes. And, like, when you have to do a bar chord, what is it, like, who made that? Who made that? And also, I bought a capo. I should have had a capo for my ukulele, but I never did. But I bought a capo, and I love her. The first song I learned how to play, you're gonna giggle, is Less by Olivia Rodrigo. I learned how to play it because the chords themselves weren't actually difficult. It was like you know, E minor, A minor, G major, like pretty basic guitar chords. But then they hit you with like an F, and you're like, hello, what is this weird bar? It's the only bar chord in the entire song, so like I can live with it. And it doesn't show up very frequently, but it's quite difficult. Like, bar chords are quite difficult. A ukulele's bar chord was never difficult because the bar is much shorter. But a guitar, why did they do that? Why did we make that? There's surely got to be a way to string a guitar so that no bar chords exist. Is that possible? We're gonna Google. Can you string a guitar so no bar chords exist? No. It's physically impossible. All right. Wait. Chords up the neck that are not bar chords. Wait, how to avoid or simplify? Wow. Stop playing bar chords, do this instead. Wait, yes, let's hear it. Let's hear what this thing says. Music theory for guitar. We're going on research. We're in research mode. No need to make your self-esteem on bar chords. Just don't play them. Not one band, song, or recording needs a guitar strumming chords that take up 2 full octaves of space. Oh, interesting. Sorry, I'm looking at a video transcription. Video transcription. I have... This seems complicated. I actually think I'm just going to deal with the bar chord. I think that's my conclusion. Speaking of research, a topic I didn't write down at all, but I'm very intrigued by, is I saw a video essay on lorem ipsum, and I would love to link it in the description or do something like that, but honestly, it's lost my YouTube feed. But if you search the mystery of lorem ipsum, I'm sure this girl's thing will come up. But it was so good. It was literally about where does it come from? And then she, like, interviewed this guy, and then she interviewed it was so peak. I actually don't even want to spoil it. Like, it was actually just good. Like, everyone, video essays are back. We need to watch video essays more. We need to do them. Like, we need to just participate in video essays in every way possible, because the lorem ipsum girl really, like, reset my brain. Like, I was invested. I was so invested. But shout out to her. She was cool. And everyone is hyping her up. Like, I really like her. And her videos, like, this one had, like, 1 million views. The one right before it had 1 million views. The ones before that, though, were only, like, 50K or something. Like, she was niche. Niche is short for niche, by the way. She was niche before, that's an inside joke. Before she went, like, before this video, or before the one right before it, she made a video called why do chairs have 5 legs, and I like office chairs, and I'm really invested. Like, I think I might just watch all of her videos. She only has like 4 or 5 on her channel, but I'm very invested in them. Very, very invested. This kind of circles back to guitar. This was supposed to be my transition from guitar, but it's like actually too late, whatever. But Olivia Rodrigo is coming to Fortnite in T-minus 7 minutes, actually. I'm so excited. I'm not going to look on the video recording. I'm going to just wait until after, probably even later than that. But I'm so excited to buy her skin. I'm so excited to get it in the item shop. So excited to play as Liv. Everyone hating on the skin, genuinely stop talking. Like, stop. First of all, everyone's like, Fortnite doesn't even understand Olivia. Why would they give her this skin of all skins? Why? We wanted the one from The Cure. Guys, I hate to say it, you have to also be equally as mad at Olivia. She has creative ability to make the skin whatever she wants. And she chose the album cover, which makes sense. This makes sense. So I like it. I'm very excited to play as Liv. I'm kicking my little feet. I'm so excited. So I'm really excited about Liv. Liv is in Fortnite. Okay, Infinite Jest updates for anyone curious. This section was good. It was starting to connect everything, and it was like, thank God. The section that we're reading for Sunday has page 223 on it. I have no idea what that means, but I read an Infinite Jest guide. Let me try and find it. Hold on. I googled how to read Infinite Jest after reading the first chapter of genuinely, like, stress. Out of genuine stress. Okay, yes, this is the website. And it tells you 11 instructions on how to read Infinite Jest. I'm going to read them to you right now. We're going to read this and we're going to talk about it. Just so that everyone understands. If you've never heard of this book and you actually hate me talking about it every week, I'm sorry. You have like 8 more weeks left of me hearing it. But 2 of them are skipped, so you have 6. But let me read this to you. Okay, number 1, read the endnotes. They're not boring bibliographic details, but rather an integral part of the text. And bouncing back and forth is a feature, not a bug. 2, use bookmarks. Yes, bookmarks, plural. 1 for the main text and 1 for the endnotes. Doing so will save you hours of searching. All right? 3, persevere to page 200. There are several popular way stations on the road to abandoning Infinite Jest. The most heavily trafficked by thus far is the warding section. I love the warding section. Anyone who hates the warding section, go away. It's on page 37, by the way. But whatever, like most things in the book, you'll need to know this later. Likewise for other rough patches to be found in the first fifth of the novel. Number 4, trust the author. Around page 50, you're starting to feel a sinking sense of dread as it dawns on you how much stuff you'll be asked to keep track of. Okay. Number 5, flag, copy, or bookmark page 223. Page 223 of the novel contains some of the information that you will either need to internalize or refer to frequently to make sense of the narrative. Once you reach it, flag it with a sticky, dog-ear it, corner it, make a photocopy of the material, stick a 3rd bookmark in there, whatever will ensure you that you can find this information when you need it. Number 6, don't do the thing you're dying to do right now, namely flip to page 223 and see what we're talking about. David Foster Wallace ordered the book in the way that he did for a reason, and part of step 4 above is respecting that fact. In fact, we encourage you to take your fingers in the ears, la la la, I can't hear you approach to spoilers in general. There's more steps. One of them is brush up on Hamlet. Haven't figured out the need of that yet. But it has something to do with the first words. Like, the first words of Hamlet are who's there, and the first words of Infinite Jest are I am. Don't know. Using online references in a reader's guide. But this 223 thing has been eating me alive since day 1, okay? It's been close to 3 weeks. I need to know what's on page 223, and I have a 3rd sticky tab in my book. So, like, I have one that's sticky, like a bookmark for the actual pages, and then I have one that's a bookmark for the endnotes. But I have a third one that's just sitting on the front page of the book that I've been dying to put on page 223 since the beginning of freaking time. I have no idea what it could be. I have actually no idea what it could be, and I don't really want to know what it could be. If any of you in the comment section tell me what it is, genuinely, it's on site. It's on site. Speaking about things being on site, oh, mind you, I was telling this to my friend, and he skipped to page 223, and he was like, yep, definitely ruined the book for me, because I didn't wait. I wasn't patient. I'm like, now why would you do that? Why would you do that? Anyways, speaking about throwing hands, yesterday I thought I lost my hairbrush at work. I bring a hairbrush in my bag, and I thought I left it on the desk, and I texted my coworker, and I said, hey, can you put my brush in my desk? And she was like, sure. And then, she was like, oh, there's no hairbrush here. And I was like, what? Let me make sure I didn't take it home, and I couldn't find it. So I thought I didn't take it home, and that I was like, someone stole my brush. Who the fuck stole my brush? Like, I was going on a crazy rampage. I was texting the group chat, whoever stole my brush, it's on site the next time I see you. And they even added to our, like, inventory document in our notes app being like, oh, you know, amount of paper towels that we have, X amount, toilet paper, X amount, whatever, etc., etc., etc. And then it was like, Lauren's hairbrush, 0. I was like, all right, guys, like, all right. We get it, okay? But then I found my hairbrush in my own pile. Fool's mistake. And then I was like, guys, this isn't funny. Like, don't put it in the inventory. This is a serious matter. And they're like, really? How serious? Is there any suspects? What did the police say? I'm like, well, it's been located. Haven't told them how I've located it. None of them know this YouTube channel exists, so maybe in like 3 years they'll find it in retrospect, but I really just took it home and thought I lost it, and I was really like running. I was blaming everyone. No one was safe from my tangent. Why am I so red right now? Sorry. Anyways, that's it. The next one is so stupid. It says, I'm LARPing the worst show ever. Okay. Guys, as we know, The Amazing Digital Circus has ended. Okay, I've never seen a singular episode of The Amazing Digital Circus, nor will I ever do that. I really don't want to. I think I actually don't care. I actually don't care, frankly. However, I think this goes back to me thinking that media literacy has died, and I can't remember if I talked about this last week or not. If I did, I'm so sorry. But the way, I guess, spoilers for The Amazing Digital Circus through osmosis. I don't call it LARPing. Okay, let's also normalize this terminology. I don't call it LARPing because I don't think people know what LARPing is, like what the word originally means, but I instead say that I absorb media through osmosis, where, you know, osmosis, like you have a cell and then like there's the cell wall can do osmosis where water can go in and out of the cells, right? And I feel like I absorb media through osmosis, like the media goes in and out of my body, but I'm never actually like watching it. Like, I don't really care. Same with Love Island. I'm really invested through osmosis in Love Island. And I was just getting a bunch of videos about The Amazing Digital Circus on my TikTok For You page. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And people were all really mad about it. And I was like, I love when people are mad. I love being mad about things. Let me see. And now I'm just mad at everyone who's mad. Because, okay, do I think the ending was perfect? No, probably not. But I think it wasn't bad. Like, I think the whole show basically builds up to the fact that Jax is gonna abstract, and I guess, like, doing it off camera is, like, a little, like, lame, whatever. However, I think the ending is fine. Everyone's like, but he knows that he's a real person now. Why would he ever do that? Guys, why are we acting like if you found out that you had a whole life, right, that you can never return back to, and somebody else is basically living it, would you not also try to end it all? Like, I'm sorry. People are always like, we want accurate representation of mental health in media. But then when they get it, they get all mad that it's not like, we don't get a happy ending. Bro, he's not happy. He, she. What are we saying Jax's pronouns are, chat? You know what I mean? Also, I get, whatever, I'm gonna go with they, are a bad person. They caused 2 people to abstract. The chillest dude ever, Kaufmo, and this diva, Ribbit, abstracted because of him. But also, you can't blame one person for somebody else dying. This kind of is another thing that I was talking about with my one friend who also has never seen this show, so we were really locked in. But if I, tomorrow, were to just end it all, never come back, lights. It's lights for me, right? And let's say, like, I felt unsupported. Like, I felt like I had nobody to turn to and nobody to talk to, and then I called it a quits because, like, my friends, like, ghosted me or whatever. It's not their fault that I died, right? We're all sane enough to recognize that. Like, it's not the fault of somebody else that I die because I felt like they weren't supporting me properly. Is it shitty that they weren't supporting me properly? Sure. Maybe. But is it their fault? Like, no. At the end of the day, like, I could have moved on. I could have tried to navigate in any other way, but I chose to do this. It's on me. It's on Ribbit and it's on Kaufmo. It's not on this bunny, bro. Free my purple bunny. I feel like he didn't do anything. I mean, he, like, was annoying and he was kind of mean, but he isn't the problem. Like, he's a problem, but he's not, like, the problem that should be at hand. Like, if anyone's to blame low-key, I'm gonna go with it's Kane, because he's trapped them here and made them go insane. That's on him. Not on Jax. That's on Kane, in my opinion. As someone who's never seen this show. But, like, whatever. And I also think that you shouldn't be mad at him for choosing to abstract either at the end. Like, he thought that was his way out. The entire show, everyone's searching for a freaking way out. And if they're never going to be able to get one, that's his best way out. And that's what's going to bring him the most peace. Let him do it. Let him do it. I hate to say it. Let him do it. I think it's a valid response. Everybody responded differently, and I think that is a valid response to have, in my opinion. Anyways, I'm LARPing the worst show ever. That's whatever. I'm moving on. Last thing before I start talking about, like, what I really wanted to truly talk about. Vinted. Okay, this happened literally this morning. I figured it out. Vinted is selling people and children. People and children are being sold on Vinted. They market it as like a Beanie Baby, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it says like 3 years old, newborn, tight. What? Female is a Beanie Baby female? Is a Beanie Baby tight? Why are we describing a child as tight? What are we doing? Okay, also, sorry, I just was whispering because I feel like I'm gonna get taken down for saying that, and I really cannot afford another strike. I have one strike on YouTube, mind you, because I made a school project that was unlisted. It wasn't even public. I made a school project about cocaine because it was for a behavioral science class about how drugs are bad for you, and I used flour to demonstrate cocaine, and it was actually cinematic. It was the song Yesterday by the Beatles, so I expected to be flagged for using music, whatever, besides the point. That just gives you a flag. But it was that with flour, and then it would have a fact on like a sticky note or something about how horrible cocaine is for you, and then the fact would slowly crumble and then turn to powder, and then in the end the powder would wipe, and it was like this is the and then in the middle, mind you, as the facts are showing, there's this like clay brain, and the brain starts to also crumble and turn into powder, and at the end the whole thing is powder, and then you wipe the powder away and then the person's gone. And I think it was cinematic, and I got like an A+, and they use it in future examples. But now they can't, because they flagged me, and now it can't be shown anywhere. And I'm really mad about it. Anyways, but if we circle back to Vinted, what's going on? What's happening? It kind of reminds me of the Wayfair conspiracy theory that was going around, but it definitely wasn't a conspiracy theory. It was definitely happening, where they were doing the same thing, but with cabinets. And they're selling these Beanie Babies for like $1,000, which is why it's definitely not a Beanie Baby, and definitely a human fucking being. But that's the vibe. Like, I don't know, we're just selling that now on the market, and you can't really report it because they're allowed to sell whatever they want for whatever price they want. So it's not even like, oh, you can take it down because it's an unreasonable price for a Beanie Baby. No, they can sell it for whatever, and people are buying it. Oh my god, just get rid of the app. The app needs to go. So does Wayfair at this point. You need to go too. Jesus Christ. Anyways, my final real topic that I wanted to talk about is I hate traveling. Traveling is terrible. Number one, I was supposed to originally have a 2-hour layover. Okay, 2 hours. Manageable. Especially if I have to go through some flying from here to another country and then taking a layover in that country and then going to another place in that exact same country because it's pretty big. So when I first get there, I have to go through customs. And I was like, okay, yeah, the 2-hour layover is enough time for me to go through customs and like whatever. So I was fine with that. My second flight got pushed back and now I have a 4.5-hour layover. Brother. No. I'm not doing that. I am doing it, but like I don't want to. Like, what are we doing? Why? Why are we doing that? But now I have to take a 4-hour layover and I'm really not excited. I guess it gives me more time for customs if the line's long. Don't care though, to be honest. Don't really care. I'm not excited. Anyways, that's the vibe with that. But also, baggage. Okay. Someone let me know, genuinely, like, serious answers only. If I take a layover, I don't have to pick my bags up in that layover location, right? Like, I just put my stuff and I go, I'm going to this place, but I have a layover in this place. I just go there and then my bags are waiting for me when I get to that place, right? Correct? Question mark? Like, I think that's how it works. Also, I don't understand how that works. Like, I don't understand why, if there's a straight shot from airport 1 to airport 3, why can I not be on the straight shot to airport 3? Why do I have to go to airport 2 and then airport 3? You know, I'm annoyed. But I hate baggage. Baggage gives me anxiety. The concept of baggage being too big, too heavy, too whatever. I don't mess with it. It stresses me out. I'm stressed by baggage. Really stressed by baggage. I hate packing. This can deal with like moving too. I can't do it. I have a panic attack. Every time I start packing anything, I start crying. I start hyperventilating. I actually start throwing up. I get like actually ill. Thinking about the concept of packing, I get stressed. It actually gives me anxiety. Not for any real reason that I can like explain. I just get anxiety. I like start putting stuff away and then I start crying. Like I just start crying over the action of putting things away and putting it into a suitcase or taking things out. Like unpacking also gives me that stress. And when I move into school every year and I have to make my own bed, it's the most stress-inducing experience of all time. I actually start crying. I hyperventilate. I freak out over like unpacking and making my own bed. Like, what are we doing? Like, why are you freaking out about that? Like, grow up, genuinely. But I can't. Like, I actually can't. It's so hard. It gives me so much anxiety, and I'm really not excited to do it all again in September. But my friend is going to be there. I think the gag is that I can't do it alone. I need someone with me to not talk me through it, but like to just talk to me so I get distracted. I'm not like just only thinking about packing or unpacking or whatever, because it genuinely makes me sick. It makes me sick. Also, the concept of forgetting items. If I forget anything when I go, it's over. It's actually over. Like, I'm not talking about anything serious. Like, I'm talking about like if I forget deodorant, I should jump. You know, I should jump off a cliff. Okay, sorry. My dad just like started talking to me, so I had to pause. Anyways, yeah, if I forget anything, it's wraps. Like, if I forget deodorant, I'm done. If I forget a toothbrush, I'm done. These are all things I can easily get in the country that I'm going to. Like, easily. Without even a shadow of a doubt. But I just can't, it'll give me so much anxiety, like, I actually can't. Like, doing stuff, like, doing anything that requires more than, like, bare minimum effort, it's lights, actually, it's lights, because I don't want to do it. I actually don't, and I'm really scared that, I'm gonna forget any of these gifts that I bought from people, I'm gonna forget any clothes, I'm not gonna have enough clothes, I'm not gonna have enough socks, like, dumb stuff, like, I'm just terrified of, and I'm really not excited. I'm, like, just scared. I'm really excited to go. I'm really, really excited for that. Like, it's, like, the best thing ever. Like, I keep talking to everyone. I'm like, woo! Yes! A trip! And I won't shut up about it. Everyone's probably sick of me. but I am terrified of packing and unpacking and dealing with all the stuff that comes with travel that I'm getting anxiety. I bought these. Let me show you. I bought a packing cube. I bought these from Amazon because I've seen everyone hype them up recently. But this is a packing cube. Classic packing cube, right? You put it all in your thing, and then afterwards it can shrink. You can like squish it down to the bare minimum, and then it becomes infinitely smaller, so you can pack it better. Like, that just became so much thinner, you know? Anyways, I'm hoping that these work. If anyone has packing cube advice, let me know. Otherwise, my flow kind of got interrupted, so I don't really know what I'm saying anymore, so I'm just gonna end it. As I said, I won't see you for next week or the week after, so I guess in 3 weeks I will see you all, everybody. I hope you guys have a great 3 weeks. I can't wait to hit you with some updates about travel, about work, about everything. But otherwise, that's it. Ignore how dirty my bed has been the entire time. I have to put it away before I go to bed. I just did laundry. That's it. So until I see you guys next, hope you have a lovely time. I hope everybody's, pretty much all of July goes great. And I hope that you guys will all be here in a couple weeks to talk about it. Bye, guys.